The Feast of Christ the King. Now here's a bit of a day in the church that definitely, in my opinion, needs some kind of recognition. Back in 1925, when the feast day was originally implemented by Pope Pius XI, it was intended to make a bit of a political statement to the rise in power of the secularists and nationalists in Europe and in Rome. It was sort of a rebuttal to the great Roman question. Pope Pius intended this to be a statement to say that despite all of the powers and kings in the world, ultimately, the real ruler of the entire earth was Jesus Christ. And interestingly enough, although things were different back in 1925, the feast day was revised in 1960 by Pope John the 23rd. He moved the feast day up to be the first Sunday before Advent, and other churches, other than Catholicism, still recognize this feast day and celebrate it on this same day. It was last Sunday, from when I'm posting this video. And they changed the title to the Feast Day of Christ the King of the universe. So Pope John Paul decided to change this feast, instead of King of the world, to King of the universe. King of everything. The cosmos. Jesus is the King everywhere. And this raises a bit of a speculation. And I know we're in a time where space travel is very much possible. Scientists have been covering amazing data on Mars and the possibility of life on other planets, in other galaxies, anywhere in the cosmos is becoming entirely possible. We are learning so much about the universe. And to think that we, humans, have the audacity, the temerity, to say that Jesus Christ is King of everywhere is almost insulting to alien races. Sure, back in 1960, Pope John Paul could say that, hey, it's fine. We have the world here. But Jesus Christ, man, he rules everywhere. Praise him. That's fine. But we know so much more now than we did back then. And even back then, I said that it's fine. But you know what? I don't think it is. We cannot attribute all of the possibility to any alien race to tell them that Jesus Christ is their king. What if we did encounter aliens from another planet, from another galaxy? We had a way to communicate with them. And it's very possible. In the near future, the next 10, 15, 20 years, who knows? And they came up and said that they did have a God of their own. A God who was very much sentient, present, detectable. Yes, this is entirely speculative. It's conjecture, driven mostly by alcohol. But what if? What if they had a God, a creator, that they knew, and they could see, and was present in their everyday life? And they said, no, the reason why you humans exist is because of our God. We know. We've talked to him. We've communed with him. He is here, and we can ask him. You are just a mere quirk of our existence. What if these aliens knew more than we did? And what if they weren't the aliens, we were the aliens? They were the ones who really had a communal with a God, and it wasn't the Christian God. We are just so insignificant in this world. For the church, not just the Catholic Church, but all the other faiths that have adopted the Feast of Christ the King, to slap these aliens in the face and say that our God is the ruler of the universe, the cosmos, everything. I can't begin to think how offensive we might appear as a human race if that's what they saw. So, the Feast of Christ the King, albeit a rather small, insignificant, in the wake of Advent, in the wake of Christmas, in the wake of all of the other holidays that are coming, even Thanksgiving, which is in a few days, and New Year's Eve. This is a day that kind of gets swept under the rug. I think most religious forget about this day. That even though the Catholic Church was the one that enacted it, and later revised it to say that Jesus Christ is the King of the universe, other faiths need to keep this in mind, because what if we are disgracing the aliens? I say this as a non-believer of Christianity, but also as someone whose mind is open to the possibility that there are aliens out there, who may very well know more about the world than we do. Think about that. I end this video with a toast, because it's only fitting that after drinking nearly a bottle of wine, I toast to those around me who believe in the faith that Jesus Christ is the King of the universe. Here's to equally conjecturable claims that if you're correct that Jesus Christ is the King of the universe, I am equally correct in asserting that aliens might know more, if not everything, about the universe. And they have their own God. And maybe he's right. Here's to you. Delightful.
Okay, maybe we just need to forget about the Gilgamesh for a second and focus... Forget about the Gilgamesh?